You'd think at a time of an economic crisis, Sri Lanka must be pretty busy with its recovery plan. But believe it or not, there's something else that is keeping Colombo pretty occupied. But the country at this point of time is caught in a crisis over a surveillance ship that's been sent by China. The ship in question here is WION The World. It's a high-tech Chinese tracking vessel. And Beijing wishes to dock this ship at the Hambanthota port, which is owned by Colombo, but has been leased out to China for the next 99 years. At first, when China had shown interest, it was Sri Lanka's least concern. But within days, India expressed a lot of concern about the presence of a Chinese ship being allowed to dock in Hambanthota. New Delhi flagged its concerns that a vessel that is capable of snooping on its neighbors, that has an aerial reach of more than 750 kilometers, is a cause of concern for India. And if Beijing is granted access to come and dock in Hambanthota, then this surveillance ship that you're looking at on your screens can potentially snoop on several Indian military assets, including the two nuclear power stations, the largest one being the Kudankulam nuclear power plant, and also the headquarters of the Southern Naval and Air Commands, and the 6 ports across the southern coastline of India, and several launching pads of the research centers of the Indian Space Research Organization. Moreover, if India wasn't alone, because the United States also conveyed its concerns regarding this ship docking at the Hambanthota port. Now, after these issues were raised, Sri Lanka asked China to indefinitely delay the docking of this surveillance ship. But soon after Beijing expressed its discontent, Colombo has once again taken a bit of a U-turn. It is said that the reasons put out by India and the United States are not concrete enough. So according to local reports that are now emerging in Sri Lanka, the ship will be allowed to dock at the Hambanthota port on the 16th of August, 5 days later than what was originally scheduled. It is being said that the port will be used for refueling and replenishment. The latest development, of course, comes just a day after India's External Affairs Ministry rejected the insinuations on Colombo's move on the Chinese spy ship's visit.
I've seen general comments about it, that India has been, India should be doing this, or Sri Lanka has been pressured. Let me categorically say we reject the insinuations in such statements about India. Sri Lanka is a sovereign country and makes its own independent decisions. This is a sovereign right of each country. We will make the best judgment in our own interest. This naturally takes into account the prevailing situation in the region, especially in our border areas. And insofar as in the context of India and China that you had raised, we have consistently maintained the necessity of mutual respect, mutual sensitivity, and mutual interests as the basis of development of ties.
Now, it is important to understand that the vessel is no ordinary ship. The WION The World is an 11,000-ton capacity vessel. It's a space satellite tracking ship which has a distinct role in missile and satellite tracking. It is lethal in its capabilities compared with the Chinese submarines. It could map the ocean floor, which is essential for the Chinese Navy anti-submarine operations. Now, Sri Lanka is in a bit of a dilemma. On the one hand, there is India, which has been one of its best supporters in the time of its dire crisis. India has given aid to the tune of almost $4 billion to the island nation. It's also given more aid for the supply of food, medicines and fuel to the tune of $500 million. And China, on the other hand, is responsible to a very large extent to take Sri Lanka down into a debt trap. Now, Colombo, of course, has got a choice. It's treading pretty carefully. After all, it needs both the regional superpowers to sustain in the post-crisis era. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.